Have you ever wondered what truly separates thriving businesses from those that fall by the wayside? The answer often lies in something deeper than a well-developed plan: the entrepreneur's mindset. So, if you're starting your own business or have just begun and want to give your company a boost, we'll now show you 6 infallible mindsets that could be the secret you've been looking for. We believe that anyone can build a prosperous business with the right tools and the appropriate mindset. That's why we've decided to share these 6 innovative ways of thinking that can give you that necessary shakeup to achieve your goals. And the person who revealed all of this was none other than John Mullins, an experienced entrepreneur with a history in various companies and a deep understanding of what really works in the real world. All of this is based on in-depth studies of real cases of entrepreneurs who founded major brands and revolutionized the market, often defying traditional rules. Mullins realized that there is a set of counter-conventional mindsets that differentiate them from the majority. That's what we'll show you now. 1. Yes, we can. The courage to go beyond your comfort zone. Do you know that voice that tells you to stay within your area of expertise, not to risk something new? That's the famous comfort zone. This expression refers to a mental and emotional state in which we feel safe, without the pressure of facing new challenges. However, it's important to understand that this zone, while offering security and stability, can also be a trap that prevents us from growing and reaching our true potential in business and professional life. In the traditional business logic, we are often taught to focus on what we already mastered. However, entrepreneurs who truly thrive have one characteristic in common: the audacity to say yes to challenges that take them out of this safe zone. Think about it. How many incredible opportunities can arise when you allow yourself to explore the unknown? Sometimes the fear of failure paralyzes us, but the truth is that growth rarely happens within our known limits. Therefore, believing in your ability to learn and adapt, even in the face of unexplored territory, is a powerful engine for innovation and success. So, saying yes to a new challenge can open doors you never imagined existed. To reflect, in what area of your business or in which new opportunity have you felt hesitant to venture? What small step can you take today to get out of your comfort zone? Think about this and realize that your answers will be fuel to pursue what you desire. 2. Problem first, not product first. The relentless focus on the solution. Many traditional companies fall in love with their products and try to fit them into the market. However, the mindset of a successful entrepreneur is different. The starting point is always a problem. What pain does your audience face? What need is not being met? A classic example is Steve Jobs and Apple. He didn't start by creating random products. He noticed the complexity and lack of usability of computers at the time. Thus, his vision was to create intuitive, elegant, and accessible machines for ordinary consumers. For example, the Macintosh was developed by Apple to provide a better experience for its users than the computers that existed at the time. The iPod was born from the frustration with the difficulty of listening to music digitally. The iPhone emerged from the perception that cell phones at the time were not truly smart and integrated, and that they could offer a much greater experience than just making calls. In each case, the problem came first, and the innovative solution, the product, was the consequence, and the results were very positive and revolutionary. So, think about this. What are the biggest frustrations of your target audience? How can your business offer a real and effective solution to these problems? 3. Ask for the money and enjoy the flow. The art of financing your dream intelligently. For many first-time entrepreneurs, the lack of initial capital seems like a gigantic obstacle. However, the innovative mindset seeks creative ways to finance the business, often generating revenue before even having the final product or service completed. A great example is Sarah Blakely, the founder of Spanx. She had an innovative idea to shape the female body through clothing, but little money to invest. Instead of seeking large loans right away, she started selling her prototypes directly to friends and acquaintances, validating the product and generating initial cash flow. This money was gradually reinvested in the business, allowing for sustainable growth without the need for large debts at the beginning. Thus, she focused on generating revenue as quickly as possible to drive growth. With this in mind, strategize. What strategies can you use to generate initial revenue for your business? Pre-sales, early subscriptions, or the sale of a minimum viable product, MVP, are some smart options. In fact, the MVP is a fundamental topic for your business to have truly viable and profitable planning and execution. So if you want to know more about the minimum viable product, write MVP in the comments and we will be happy to develop content on this topic for you. 4. Borrow, but please don't steal. The intelligence to optimize existing resources. The mindset of smart entrepreneurs is not stuck on the need to have everything from scratch. Often, the key to success lies in identifying and utilizing resources that already exist around you, whether through partnerships, sharing, or even renting assets. A famous example is Airbnb. Its founders realized that many people had extra rooms in their homes that could be rented to travelers. Instead of building hotels from the ground up, they created a platform that connected these two needs. In other words, they borrowed people's idle spaces and created billion-dollar business. Thus, we can learn the lesson. What assets or resources already exist in your network of contacts, in your community, or even online that you can use to boost your business without the need for large initial investments? 5. Think narrow, not broad. The power of conquering a specific niche. The initial temptation for many entrepreneurs is to want to embrace the world, reaching the largest number of people possible. However, the strategic mindset of successful entrepreneurs often begins by focusing on a specific market niche with well-defined needs. Thus, think of companies that started by serving a very specific audience and by dominating that niche, gradually expanded. Nike, for example, was not born as the sporting giant we know today. It arose from the identification of a specific problem in a niche: long-distance runners. The shoes of the time did not meet the needs of these athletes. Thus, the company created footwear designed specifically for this audience. And by dominating this niche and learning how to produce and sell, they gradually expanded to other sports. Therefore, ask yourself, what specific niche can you serve with your idea? Starting small and focused can give you a huge competitive advantage. Keep in mind that concentrating your efforts on a smaller and well-defined audience can be the path to solid growth. 6. Move forward. Don't always ask for permission. The audacity to innovate and act. Generally, in large corporations, any new idea needs to go through numerous approvals, which can be a slow and demotivating process. Successful entrepreneurs, on the other hand, often have the courage to act, even if the path is not entirely clear or the rules are not fully defined. Uber is an example, albeit controversial in some aspects. Imagine if the company had asked the regulatory bodies of San Francisco, where the brand was founded, for permission to create a transportation company without owning cars. The answer would probably be a resounding no. But Uber simply moved forward, and they did it, breaking the mold of a traditional market. Of course, Uber has faced several challenges in keeping its service running. But in the end, it overcame the adversities and became one of the largest companies in the world today. But there is an important warning. Moving forward does not mean ignoring regulations or acting irresponsibly. But in many cases, hesitation and the search for excessive approval can paralyze your progress. Know when you need to act with agility and learn during the process. With these mindsets of successful entrepreneurs that we have shown you now, you can be sure that you have a much larger foundation and that it puts you ahead of many other professionals in the market. But out of curiosity, which of these mindsets do you identify with the most? Which one do you feel you need to develop more to boost your business? Write it here in the comments and share it with us. Furthermore, remember that mindset is a skill that can be cultivated and improved over time. By adopting these innovative ways of thinking, you will take an important step towards transforming your ideas into reality and building a successful business. If you want to avoid the main mistakes made by entrepreneurs and beginners who have a small business, watch this video that shows exactly that. This way, you will have a much better foundation to grow and succeed in your company. To watch it, just click on this button above or on the link in the description. We hope you enjoyed it, and if you want to know more about how to set up and manage your own business, visit our YouTube channel where we have several videos about this subject. If you liked it, share this video with your friends and family to help them too. Thanks, and see you next time.